Market Sizing Analysis, TAM SAM SOM Simplified. Every investor you pitch to will eventually ask you one big question: how big is your market? And if you can't answer it clearly, your pitch is in trouble. That's where TAM, SAM, and SOM come in. They sound complicated, but today I'm going to simplify them with real examples so you know exactly how to calculate and present them in your business plan or pitch deck. By the end of this video, you'll understand what TAM, SAM, and SOM mean, how to calculate each step by step, real-world case studies from companies, and how to avoid the mistakes most founders make when doing market sizing. Let's get started. Why market sizing matters. Investors don't just want to know what your product does. They want to know how big the opportunity is. Market sizing shows them two things: potential upside, how big could this business become? Realistic opportunity, what can you actually capture in the short to medium term? Think of it this way: you're not just selling a product, you're selling a dream backed by numbers. And market sizing makes that dream believable. What is TAM? TAM is Total Addressable Market. This is the entire market demand for your product or service if you had zero competition and captured 100% of the market. Example: Uber's TAM was the global taxi and ride-sharing market, worth over $100 billion. But here's the catch: TAM is a theoretical number. You'll never capture it all. But it shows investors the ceiling. Quick tip: don't inflate TAM with vague numbers like the global coffee industry is worth $500 billion, so our coffee app can get 1% of that. Investors hate that. Be specific and realistic. What is SAM? Next is SAM, Serviceable Addressable Market. This is the segment of TAM that your product can actually serve based on your business model and target customers. Example: for Uber, the SAM wasn't the whole world. It was urban cities with smartphones and credit card penetration, maybe $30 billion at the time. Another example is Airbnb's TAM was the global travel and accommodation industry. But its SAM was people open to renting short-term stays from non-hotels. That narrowed the market down significantly. Your SAM shows investors where you're playing. Makes your opportunity focused instead of vague. What is SOM? Finally, we have Serviceable Obtainable Market. This is the portion of SAM that you can realistically capture in the next 3 to 5 years, based on your resources, competition, and execution. Example: when Uber launched in San Francisco, its SAM wasn't billions. It was the few $100 million of rides in San Francisco it could realistically capture in the early years. This number matters the most to investors. It's not about fantasy, it's about your actual growth path. How to calculate TAM, SAM, and SOM. There are two main approaches. Top-down approach: start with a big industry report and narrow it down by geography, demographics, or segments. For example, the coffee industry is $500 billion globally, the US is $80 billion, specialty cafes are $12 billion. Bottom-up approach: start with your pricing and sales assumptions and scale up. For example, if you plan to sell 100,000 subscriptions at $10 per month, your SOM is $12 million. Investors love the bottom-up approach because it's realistic and based on your business model. Before we wrap up, let me warn you about the mistakes founders make. Inflated numbers, claiming $1 trillion TAM with no focus. Skipping some talking about TAM and SAM but ignoring what you can actually capture. No clear sources. Always cite your data: Statista, IBIS World, McKinsey, etc. Overcomplicating. Investors want clarity, not a PhD thesis. So that's TAM, SAM, and SOM simplified. To recap: TAM equals the dream. SAM equals the battlefield. SOM equals your realistic target. Master this framework, and you'll not only impress investors but also gain clarity on your own strategy. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more startup guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.